In 2002, Michael Schumacher and Scuderia Ferrari were champions. You can be a champion too. Become a subscriber to the Audrain Museum Network. Do it right now. Presto, va! It is all about the lines of the 360 Spider that really make this car stand out. It feels incredibly modern and in a way that's so distinctly Ferrari and Pininfarina. It has wonderful details in the design that aren't noticeable at first. Like for instance, right here, there's a very sharp line on top of the fender that blends out in the door, and another sharp line starts here in the rear wheel cutout and then comes all the way back here through the rear fender. And these incredibly functional and obviously aesthetically pleasing air vents to help cool the engine compartment are also wonderful. And another great detail, the way the door handle forms the front of that scoop. And of course, to have your red-headed Ferrari engine on display through that glass panel is just brilliant. It's 2002. Do you know where Donald Osborne is? He's in heaven, that's where. The Scuderia Ferrari and Michael Schumacher would repeat their world titles from the year before. And in fact, Schumacher would be on the podium at every race, where he finished first or second and third in a single race. Ferrari was riding a crest that was just beginning, and this car I'm driving today, the 2002 Ferrari 360 Spider, is at the heart of that. This is a car equipped with the F1 gearbox, which, it must be remembered, was the world's first paddle shift gearbox put into a production car, introduced in the F355, the predecessor of this car. And although, of course, by the standards of today's ultra smooth, super fast double clutch transmissions, it's not that, but it is fast. And it's certainly faster than anything that you could have imagined at the time. And just to digress for a moment, even today, this F1 transmission is perfectly delightful to use if you remember what we were all taught when it was new, which is the fact that you lift off the throttle when you make the shift, then come back on once the shift is made, which is something that you certainly would have done if you were shifting for yourself with your hands. So why not do with the throttles? It just takes a moment, and it happens. The 360 was also revolutionary in that it employed a completely new all-aluminum space frame, which made it much lighter than the preceding F355 and stiffer. And this bodywork is just absolutely beautiful, especially in this wonderful color, Grigio Titanio, which is not really gray, but nonetheless, it's a lovely steel blue. And it really suits this shape very well. The view through the windshield is almost my favorite Ferrari view, because you have the wonderfully sensuous curve of the left front fender here in eyesight. Unfortunately, the seats are too low for you to see the right view like you do in a Dino or in my Roma, which is to me the ultimate. But nonetheless, it still is extremely satisfying. Speaking of these sport seats are very sporty. They hold you in like somebody who either knows you extremely well or would like to get to know you much better in a very short time. But they also give you a great deal of confidence. My shoulders are a bit broad for them, but I am very securely located in this seat. So when the driving gets spirited, I don't have to worry about sliding around. This 3.6 liter V8 also has 395 horsepower and ample torque so that you're not actually using the paddles as much as you might think, or actually might want to, just for entertainment, because here in fifth gear, going at about 45 miles per hour, there's still lots of grunt available just by pressing my right foot down. I've said it before, and I'll say it many times more. There's just something so incredibly special about sitting at the wheel of a Ferrari. It has a character, just as Porsches have a character, BMWs have a character. This feels like a Ferrari and nothing else. And when you get that push in your back from that engine right over your shoulder, it is glorious. That V8 engine makes a wonderful sound, and there's something particular about the Ferrari V8. It has a deeper sound that not only hits your ears, but just sort of goes through your chest. And it's the combination of tonalities. It's got this bright top note, but also this sort of baritonal snarl that is so amazingly satisfying. You can feel that this is a passenger car, a road car, made by a company that builds racing cars. And more importantly, wins in racing cars. You almost want to always hold it in a gear slightly lower just to hear the engine, but it's certainly not necessary. And also for a convertible that's 23 years old, it's also very solid. This is a fairly low mileage example. It's got about 13,000 miles on the clock, and it feels pretty good. There is that thing with Ferraris of a certain age about sticky buttons. The buttons in this feel perfectly fine, and for any event, there's a fix for that these days. But there's no reason why a car like this can't be thoroughly enjoyed practically on an everyday basis. Is maintenance expensive? Absolutely. But you're getting something for that maintenance if you drive your car. If you don't drive your car and you just have it maintained, then you're paying for nothing. And I can understand people getting very frustrated and upset, and perhaps even angry. But if you get out and drive your Ferrari, then every one of the miles you spend behind the wheel will be remembered long after the price of the service for those miles will be forgotten. Besides which, there's absolutely nothing like driving the car of a champion. And you're just a little bit closer to that when you're behind the wheel of this car. There are lots of things you can choose from today in a collector car in this price range, but I think frankly few of them would match the satisfaction of this car. It is truly magical.